Hey, what's up? Welcome to my first official podcast. I'm your host, Torry, and who is ready to be petty? What is this podcast about, you ask? Or I guess you don't ask because I'm literally sitting in my bed because I'm lazy, talking to myself, being a petty little bitch. But yeah, that's basically the premise of this podcast. I like to be petty. I like to shoot the shit, talk some hot goss, and this is just a recording of me doing that with you. So welcome. A lot of my friends have told me, Tori, you need to get a podcast. I guess that's like the most sincere form of flattery in my books. But two, I was like kind of offended because I'm like, are you talking about like audio only podcasts or like video? Basically, is this the new like you have a face for radio, or are you paying me a compliment? But I take it as a compliment, so this is for all of you. As I said before, I'm Torry. I live in beautiful Victoria, BC, Canada. I'm 26 years old. I work at a university and I listen to a lot of podcasts. I am really interested in reality TV, celebrities, gossip, like pop culture, all of those things. Sometimes I like to be petty with a purpose, and go on like a feminist rant about equity and equality in the world. But most of the time, it's about superficial shit that I like to read about on the internet. And I would like to release a weekly podcast. Maybe have some of my friends on here, talk about some funny stories, just maybe make your podcast routine a little bit funnier. I can already tell you right now, this podcast has changed my life for the better. I never drink water, and before I started recording this, I drank like a whole entire glass because I didn't want to sound parched and like dehydrated, which I am on this podcast because this microphone that I bought picks up literally every sound. So, yes, I speak like a valley girl. No, I'm not from California. Yes, I'm dehydrated because all I drink is iced coffee and Diet Cokes. I am literally that, like, the manifestation of that meme where it's like, body, I need water, and it's like, well, I'm gonna get an iced coffee instead. Or something like that. I don't know. Do people read memes out loud like that? I don't know. Anyways, am I a petty person? Like, yes, I am. I wouldn't say I'm the pettiest, but I'm definitely petty, and probably my friends are listening to this right now and like laughing hysterically because they're probably like, bitch, you're the pettiest person I've ever met. Don't play like you are rational or take the high road because you definitely don't in literally every scenario in your life. So, yeah, I don't know, maybe I was just having a moment, maybe not super self-aware, and I took a BuzzFeed quiz just to make sure that I was petty enough for this podcast. And I don't know, when I took it, I got 69% petty, which, like, LOL, isn't actually as petty as I thought I would be. So maybe the counselor that I'm seeing, the therapy that I'm currently in, is working out for me. So that's great. Some of the questions were, do you like subtweet people on Twitter? And like I definitely did when people I knew actually used Twitter. Like I would send out the occasional subtweet, but now like nobody I know uses it, so it's just me retweeting like other people's shit and me like talking about like if the weather's good or bad. So definitely don't check me out on Twitter. I think the most thing that I'm petty about is being at work. Nothing gives me more joy in life than like having a bitch sesh or just like shooting a few looks at my coworkers during a meeting that like, just when you're like shooting like kill me vibes with your eyes. That's the type of petty that I am. I think another kind of hallmark trait of my pettiness is that my favorite phrase, or I wouldn't say favorite phrase, but like what I say the most in any conversation that I'm have or any story that I'm telling is, but what I will say is, or like I just think it's funny how like when I walk into the room and say I just think it's funny how that I'm being a petty bitch. And I'm about to fucking sewer someone in a story. So you'll definitely hear a few of those on this podcast. I I can hold a grudge for literal years. That's definitely another way that I'm super petty. I remember like 4 years ago, my big sister came home drunk. I don't know, was it over Christmas break? I don't know. We were all at my parents' house. I have two sisters. I'm the middle child, which probably also contributes to my pettiness. But my sister came home drunk, ate my leftover pizza that I had stored in a fridge and probably labeled because in my household, like, you have to do that. And, like, I still hold that grudge near and dear to my heart that she ate my pizza while I was asleep. So, at Quinn Ashton. um, yeah, that's for you. I definitely have my read receipts on my phone. I just think it's like I don't care if you saw that I read your text message, like if I didn't reply, like generally I probably forgot about it, but like also if I'm annoyed and didn't reply, like you'll definitely know. And I just think that it's on the other person to decide what what it means to be left on red, and like that's on you, not me. So yeah, I definitely have my read receipts on. Yeah, so I'm a petty person, clearly. Those are just like a few examples. I feel like I'll always be a petty person. I will be at my like senior center, my old folks home, and I'll be hosting like a stitch and bitch for all my ladies to get together and just like bitch about, I don't know, our deceased husbands. I don't know. I hope I'm a rich widow one day. One time, one of my friends saw me going to like a work event and I was wearing like all black, like chic, like winter coat and I don't know, some gold jewelry. And she said, "You look like a rich widow, and I've never been more seen in my life." So, yeah. Um, get on this petty train with me. So, I've got some things to say about Halloween. I am recording this. It is October 30th, and Halloween is right around the corner. It is literally tomorrow. And I love Halloween. It's one of my favorite holidays. I love dressing up. I love a good theme. I love just like getting into character, and I don't know, I just find it so much fun. And I feel like in high school and like in university, there was so many chances to wear like cute themed outfits. But when you're old, like me at 26, there's not so many opportunities to wear costumes. So I love Halloween for that reason. It's a great excuse to wear a very cute costume. And I usually try to like get some ideas in the summer, like what's going on in my life, what's relevant, who do I want to be, what do I want to dress as. So usually like August, I'm starting to narrow down some ideas. And then usually in October, I will start, curating some pieces for my costume. But this year, I was a little late to the game. I I had a few options in my head, but I didn't really know which, like what vibe was I going for this year. And my first, like my option A was Lindsay Lohan. Now this is how you throw a party in Mykonos, bitch. That like Vine video. Is Vine still a thing? I don't know. The viral video of Lindsay Lohan dancing in Mykonos, Greece. It's everything that I've ever wanted and more. My sister and I dance like that all the time. I've sent her many a Snapchat of me like living my best life, imitating Lindsay Lohan, and I just thought it would be really cute, but it's pretty hard to find like a good red wig or dye my hair red and get a sexy silver pantsuit. And I don't know, that just like I've been doing cocaine for 10 years. I have bad lip filler look, so I had to move on to option B, which was surprisingly, well, not surprisingly for the people that actually know me, but maybe for like possibly new listeners, even though I know that it's literally my like six friends that are listening to this and no one else. So, not surprisingly, my option B was Rob Mariano from Survivor, Boston Rob, because I don't know, I love Survivor. I'm really into season 37 right now. The fall, I don't know, it's just a great Survivor season. I watch with all my friends every Wednesday, listen to all the podcasts dissecting the gameplay, and I was just feeling like I could dress up as Rob and wear like a Boston Red Sox hat and put like a little face paint goatee on my face and just be like, "Where's Amber?" Like, I don't know why that sounded like Jamaican slash like South African, like Amber, but that is my Boston my Boston accent. Don't at me. I know it's literal trash. And maybe I'll work on it for next year, but I don't know. I wanted something cuter than like to look like a fucking man, I guess, with like a thick gold chain and like a black tank top. So I went to um my third option, which was Rachel Green from Friends. In the earlier seasons when she's like a cute server barista girl at Central Perk. And then I thought it would be cute to, I don't know, wear like a black turtleneck, and like my hair up in one of those like claw clips. And I don't know, I was just feeling very Rachel Green. She goes through like a really good transformation through the show. And when you first see her in season one, she's like a little bit lost in life. She doesn't know what she's doing. But then by season 10, question mark, I don't know, were there 10 seasons of Friends? She is like a strong, independent career woman with a baby. So I don't know. I just was feeling very Rachel Green. So I decided to go with that costume this year. And I decided this very last minute, or at least it was very last minute for me. I decided this probably last Friday. I don't know which day that was. I'm not gonna look it up, but last Friday, like 5 days ago or whatever. And like I always commit to it. Like if you're gonna dress up as someone, like you need to commit to it. So I'm spending my whole night, my whole Friday night, which really shows you that I have a great social life. Um, and basically all of my Saturday, like watching YouTube videos, looking at like quotes, outfits, what type of lipstick does Rachel wear? Because well, like she wears that like gross brown like 90s slash like early 2000s look, but I don't know, there's one interview from like fucking 1997 where she states what MAC lipstick she was wearing in while she was filming. So I don't know, I just like that level, like that commitment level. I'm super down to make things, I don't know, to look at shops for different things. I just really want to commit to these outfits. I feel like I've had some, again, probably people are like, you're such a basic bitch that you think that your costumes are like wacky or creative, but they're literally like so normal. But a few years ago, I was Frida Kahlo, but like cute. And last year I was Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and I don't know, I just think that I have like good taste in costumes. So I don't know, I just think if you should choose a costume, you should commit to it, do it really well. And I'm really impressed by people who can do that. But know what I am not impressed with? Most celeb Halloween costumes. So many celebs this year mailed it in. And I'm sick of people like cobbling together like a fucking trash costume for Halloween when you have like an unlimited budget, you have a creative team, you have assistants to do all of your bitch work. You just have like I don't know, just so many resources, and you decided to be like a sexy nurse or like go to your local Party City store and pick up like an Alice in Wonderland costume. Like I don't get it, and it's super disappointing. I I don't know. Obviously, I spent the weekend on celebrity websites like creeping all of the pictures from like the Casa Amigos party. And I don't know, I was just really disappointed. Like Chrissy Teigen, which I can't believe I'm saying this on record because Chrissy Teigen is everything to me. Like, if I could pick a future best friend or like a best friend in the whole entire world, like, it would be Chrissy Teigen. She seems like she's the funniest person ever, and she's just, I don't know, seems so cool. And like, we would eat really good food all the time. And I just feel like she gets me as a person. She's also very petty, so like, at Chrissy Teigen, like, check out this podcast. But anyways, Chrissy, you chose to be a unicorn this year. Like, you literally threw on a headband, some glitter around your eyes, and like some hoop earrings and called it a day. And like, I understand that you probably have a lot going on with like your Target line and Luna and Miles and John's new Christmas album coming out. But I don't know. I was just very disappointed. And like, I just thought you were doing a disservice to Halloween by dressing up as a unicorn. And that seems like such a trend nowadays to like dye your hair like hot pink, wear like a unicorn headband with like ears. I feel like it's the new like black cat. But I don't know. I'm not feeling it. I don't like it at all. But there was some celebrities that did like really good costumes. I liked one of the Foster sisters dressed up as Haley Baldwin, and one of her friends went as Justin Bieber, and I thought that was super cute. Harry Styles dressed as Elton John, which was amazing, and he like retweeted that, and I kind of like ship that friendship. So I don't know, I liked that. Rita Ora went as Post Malone. It was amazing. You couldn't even tell it was her. And like that is commitment, and that's the level of detail that I want to see on people. I don't want like the celebrities that I follow to be like us plebs wearing like a Dorothy like from the Wizard of Oz costume that you bought for $69.99 online. Shout out to my like 2012 Halloween costume. I don't know, I wanted to be really like slutty that year, but I don't know, it didn't work out. Didn't work out great. Yeah, it's Halloween. I'm excited. It's fall. I've been trying to do some seasonal activities. I haven't gone into all of them, haven't carved a pumpkin or anything like that. But I've hit up my fair share of PSLs this fall, this season. The weather's been kind of shitty in Victoria, so I've definitely watched a lot of Netflix. And I've been binging this show that I just found out, and it's called Grand Hotel. And people are probably like, why are you talking about this? I don't give a fuck. Slash, it was like released like 2011 to 2013. And I'm a little bit late to the party, late to the game, I think I said earlier. Who knows which one of those sayings is correct? I'm really, really bad at saying, so. Anyways, Grand Hotel, it's a drama about a family who owns a hotel and kind of the crazy telenovela happenings in the hotel. And the main character, well, there's two main characters, I guess, Alicia and Julio. And I have reached Twilight, like grade 10 Torry, Twilight levels of obsession. And I was literally just thinking in my head, I thought I got over this, but I was like, who am I kidding? I am a 16-year-old girl trapped in a 26-year-old's body. I haven't changed much since high school. Like, certain parts of me have changed, but other times I'm just like, I am literally the same person. Personality is crystallized. It's not nature versus nurture. I don't know. That's my psych degree talking, but I don't know. I've reached Edward Cullen level obsession with Julio. I'm like creeping for Spotify playlists that people have made of like my feelings when I watched Grand Hotel, and I'm looking for like Instagram fan accounts just to like always be thinking about Grand Hotel, even when I'm not watching it. So if you haven't seen it, I highly suggest you check it out. It's really good. But there's been this little nagging thought that I've been having while I've been watching season 3. And okay, this show, just like a little side note, this show is 3 seasons. I think it's like 66 episodes. I'm on like episode 57, and I literally discovered this show like a week ago, or like maybe like 10 days ago. So you can tell that like I was like, what am I going to talk on this fucking podcast, Tori? Like, you've literally watched 57 hours of one Spanish TV show that no one in Victoria knows about, or no one gives a fuck about. And yeah, except for me. I give way too many fucks about this TV show. Anyways, I've had this nagging just like thought in my head while watching season 3. And like, this is a spoiler alert if you are like a crazy person and are gonna go watch Grand Hotel and like don't want to know about this like minor B plot line that I'm about to tell you about. But in season 3, Doña Teresa, the hotel owner, loses the hotel to like this bad guy, and she's trying to buy it back, and she needs money. And it's 1906 in Spain, and what does she think is like the easiest way to get money is to marry off her youngest son, Javier. And she thinks like, oh, I'll get the dowry from the wife, and I can buy back the hotel. So she's like, I need this La Dote real bad, and I can't believe I just said that. Please, please forget that I just said that. Please come back for episode 2. Like, I promise this will be better. But anyway, she wants that dowry money. Um, she searches all of Spain for like the top 5 eligible bachelorettes with a lot of money to marry off her son. And Javier is a character, like he's a womanizer, like party playboy. He loves women, gambling, drinking, partying, all of that kind of stuff. And all he wants in a wife is for her to be beautiful. And so he doesn't want to marry these people that his mom chose because they are like not mainstream beautiful in whatever was like hot in 1906 in Spain. Um, and I just like don't understand how TV shows and movies cast for these characters. Like I've always thought this. What would a casting director like do to get people to audition? I can't even imagine like does the ad, I don't know if it's an ad by the way. I'm these are just the thoughts that I'm having while watching this. Does a casting director put out an ad like in search of like kind of ugly women or like slightly too old women or like woman with a few extra curves like just for this plot line? It's like you won't be talking in the episode. The main character is gonna like talk shit about like that you've gained a few extra lbs this fall, or that you have like a large and in charge nose, and that's just going to be highlighted for the audience, but like you won't be able to say anything or like point out that like you're a good person deep down inside, but like it's all about your looks. Like, is that what people audition for? And then I'm like, okay, no, that's crazy. Who would want to do that? Because like I know that it's hard out there for those actors, or at least that's what like all the TV shows and like movies that I watch say. But like who is auditioning for that? And if they're not putting out on auditioning like an ad like that, sorry, I'm like stumbling over my words because I have to get this out because I don't know, I just like can't wrap my head around this. But like do they just put out like an ad for normal, like, hey, in search of women for this plot, and then they find out later that it's like the main characters just like talking shit and like suing them behind their back, because that would be like really heinous. Like I just think that that's like a hang daddy way of finding out that like, oh, thanks for pointing out that yeah, I gained a few extra pounds over the fucking winter. Like, thanks for that. I'm just a struggling actress trying to make it in this industry. So I don't know. I just like, I just having these thoughts while I'm watching Grand Hotel. And I will stop talking about this now because no one gives a fuck about this Spanish TV show that I'm trying to watch. But yeah, if you liked Twilight, if you like gorgeous people, like the people that play these quote, like I'm making quotation marks in, I know you can't see that, but like right now I'm making like those like quote air bunnies right now. These ugly actresses, these spinster cat lady bachelorettes that Doña Teresa is trying to set up with Javier, like no one's gonna look good in front of like next to the main character. Alicia Alcon is like the most beautiful tiny cute little girl. Like I don't know, I just feel for these ladies like anyone is gonna look like literal garbage, like straight up human garbage next to Alicia. So ladies, if you ever like stumble upon this little pod, know that I've got your back, and you're beautiful. Everybody's beautiful. Everybody is beautiful. Um, and that's a little preview of me being petty with a purpose. Anyways, people, it's been real. I hope that you have a safe and happy Halloween. If you're a homebody like me, maybe you'll binge a few epis of Grand Hotel on Netflix. If trick-or-treating or partying ain't your thing. I've never said ain't before until until this podcast, but I'm just rolling with it. So I hope you enjoyed this first episode of Ready to Be Petty. Please don't Jesus Christ. Please don't murder my vocal fry. Yes, I talk like this. Yes, every day I have to reconcile with myself and the people that I work with that this is my voice. And I don't know, maybe one day I will like it. Um, I'm trying to put out a podcast once a week. It'll be about 20 minutes. Just me ranting and raving about something that's going on in my life. Hopefully, I have some friends on the podcast and we can tell some funny stories. And yeah, just want to have a platform in the most 2018, thank you, way of doing things, which is start your own podcast. Me and everybody else in the world. So, my question for you this week is what type of topics do you want me to be petty about? I am all ears. I can't wait to, I don't know, be on this podcasting journey with you. I am your host, Tori, and as always, I am ready to be petty.